What is up? It's your boy, the Canologist, and I know you guys are not tired of seeing me over and over in this wonderful establishment we have around here. Anyways, I'm going to get into a concept called micro projects. So, a lot of people in the development world always struggle to figure out how can I build a project? How can I start this? And I went through the 3-layer rule in my old video. And I might even create a link to post that somewhere here. But yeah, the main thing you got to do is make sure you're documenting all the steps of your project. You don't have to build a brand new project from scratch. You could use the 3-layer rule, but here's a new technique that you could actually use to promote yourself without having an entire project built out. This is called a micro project. So what you're going to do is, whenever you're building something, you want to document what you're doing and document specific features of things you're doing. So, for example, if you're looking at a resume or if you're looking at a job posting, they'll be like, I want you to learn how, or I want you to use webhooks on the job, right? So you have to demonstrate areas where you've used these webhooks before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys an example of a micro project to get exposure. So here is my wonderful webpage, thecanologist.com, featuring moi, the Canologist. Okay, so what we're going to do is go to my blog section. And this is where blogs come in handy. Blogs are a fantastic way to take advantage of these micro learnings. So as you can see here, I just published a blog today. And this is on integrating your web application with Supabase. That's a tongue twister. Integrate your web application with Supabase. Creating a custom webhook to integrate Supabase with your web application. So let's click this. And this is where I detail. So I put in integrate your web application with Supabase, and I detail what I've done. So here I'm giving a quick intro of what I'm doing. I go over the topics, so permissions, service files, webhooks. So I create a little blog post detailing what I've done, all the steps I've taken, all the permissions I used, right? All the file structure I used, code snippets, right? Environment variables, I go into that, and then I create the actual webhook here, and I put a code snippet so that the person looking at this can take it and see like, okay, this guy can actually write something. He's putting comments in the code to tell us what he's doing. He's telling me that he's calling this function. He's using a use effect. He's using use state to handle these states. He's got error loading and success states for his data, right? So like this kind of demonstrates that not only A, you can communicate what you're doing, B, you're showing that you can do things, and C, you're showing that you can integrate what you've used in a larger project. So if we go back here, when someone actually looks at that page and looks at that blog, now they're going to be like, okay, wait, so this guy just created a webhook for Supabase. Okay, where's he using this? So now they're going to go up and perfect. I have this blog link that takes me back to my webpage. So now that they get back to this webpage, they get led back to my projects, my main page, my projects over here. Now I got all these different things, Webflow migration, we got cybersecurity and all these things where it probably lists a reference and they can check all these projects and what I've done. Oh, Supabase, okay, I see that here. Let's click on this. It takes us to Lyric Chief, which is a project I've worked on. So yeah, it's just things like these little micro learnings and blog posts and all these things are little extra breadcrumbs you can add to your resume to kind of pad and stack and show that you can use a certain feature, right? Sometimes you might not have access to the whole code base, right? Because sometimes your code base might be private in a private repo. You might have lost access to the code base, but if you have these little micro learnings and micro projects in your blog posts kept aside somewhere, now you can access that specific portion of what you've written. And the person that's looking to see a specific skill can now go to that exact blog post and say, hey, this person can do A, B, and C. All right, so if you like this guide, please give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. kinologist out. Happy coding.